What I'm about to say is going to make you think that I hated this TV series. But in order to understand how I really felt about this entire first season, you're going to need to watch this entire review. This series had my emotions going up and down at certain points. But if you really want to know what my final thoughts were regarding this series, you're going to need to watch this until the end, so you can see my official rating. I've been seeing these posters and trailers for The Fall of the House of Usher, which is now the #1 TV series on Netflix. The poster looked really intriguing. It piqued my interest. However, when I watched the trailer, to be honest, I was a bit confused about what the TV series was about. I felt like that was a bad sign. If the trailer is confusing, then the series might be too. Still, I felt compelled to find out why it was #1 on Netflix. So I started watching this 8-episode TV series on Netflix. The first episode began slowly, and I was ready to give up by the middle. I thought, I really don't want to sit through a slow show. Initially, I thought I wouldn't enjoy it because it seemed like a horror movie, and I'm not a fan of films with demons and such. However, it turned out to be quite different. After pushing through the first episode, I watched the second, and it was a bit slow. I got bored. At this point, I didn't even want to watch the third episode. I was dreading having to watch all 8 episodes, but I persevered. When I got to the 5th episode, things started getting interesting, and I was ready to watch the rest of the series. By the 7th episode, I was fully invested and had a much better understanding of the plot. But before arriving at the 5th episode, as I was watching this, I have to tell you, I was so confused. I was sitting there thinking, what in the world am I watching? How can a TV series with such a great poster be so boring? I dreadfully continued watching because I really wanted to write this review. I even fell asleep at a point and realized the episode was still going on. I felt like I was punishing myself, but I couldn't figure out why. But then the most unexpected thing happened. It got really good. If you're enjoying this review so far, please do me a favor and hit that like button. Let YouTube know you want to see more content like this. I can't help but feel a little guilty. I mean, there's this character in the show who's pretty much the devil, and I caught myself laughing at her antics. The way she took out her victims was just too funny. I had to hit the pause button to have a good laugh as she was doing her brutal thing. Her way of eliminating people was just so absurdly funny. I had to stop and laugh while she was brutally taking down one of her victims. But man, Carla Gugino, the actress playing that devilish character Verna, she really aced it. You need some serious acting skills to rock a role like that. She totally deserves an Emmy for her epic portrayal of Verna, the evil one. Carla Gugino was just on point as Verna. I mean, she was born to play that role. She's in a league of her own. Seriously, she absolutely deserves an Emmy for her portrayal of the evil character Verna. It takes a very special actress with a special set of skills to execute that role the way she did. She absolutely deserves an Emmy for her portrayal of the evil character Verna. Here's what The Fall of the House of Usher is about. The Fall of the House of Usher is about a man who goes to visit his old friend, Roderick Usher, after receiving a letter about Roderick's worsening mental health. The narrator arrives at the Usher family mansion and describes its eerie atmosphere. Roderick has peculiar sensitivities to light, texture, and flavor due to his heightened senses. As the narrator stays with Roderick, his friend starts sharing strange theories. He believes that the mansion is alive and influences its inhabitants. Roderick's illness is linked to a family curse, and he claims his twin sister Madeline is also very ill. The narrator occasionally sees Madeline wandering the house. The narrator spends his days painting, reading, and listening to Roderick's music. He hears a haunting song called The Haunted Palace that hints at the house's evil influence. Roderick informs the narrator of Madeline's death and asks for help burying her. While laying her in the tomb beneath the house, they notice that she appears strangely lively. After Madeline's death, Roderick's behavior becomes increasingly erratic, and he descends into madness. The narrator, unsettled by the situation, struggles with insomnia. One night, Roderick reveals that the house is surrounded by an eerie glowing gas. The narrator reads a story to calm Roderick, but strange sounds from the story begin to manifest in the house. Roderick's mutterings reveal that he believes they've buried Madeline alive and that she is making the sounds. In a moment of horror, Madeline appears at the door, covered in blood. She falls on Roderick and they both die. Terrified, the narrator flees. He watches as the house splits in two and collapses. If you're hungry for more TV and movie review content, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Now, back to the video. Okay, here's the problem with The Fall of the Usher House. The main issue was that the series started too slowly. If it had picked up the pace a bit, it would have been even more phenomenal. There was a lot of seemingly unnecessary dialogue, which could have been shorter and made the series more engaging. It's time to level up your movie watching game. Imagine the perfect movie night with all the gear and gadgets that turn your living room into a mini theater. From popcorn machines to cozy blankets, immersive sound, plush seating, and even home theater projectors, everything you need for your dream movie setup is just a click away. Simply click on the link in the description or pinned in the comments section. If you purchase anything by clicking on the affiliate link, I will receive a commission. Now back to our movie. The back and forth between different time periods contributed to confusion at the beginning, but became clearer towards the end, making it more compelling. The series had profound themes, revealing that what seemed like a spooky woman was, in fact, the devil herself. The actress who played the sinister female character did an exceptional job, deserving recognition for her outstanding performance. The appearance of one of my favorite actors added charm to the series. Bruce Greenwood, who plays Roderick in this series, also played on The Resident and Double Jeopardy. His performances are always stellar. That's why he is one of my favorite actors. Not all movies start off boring and becoming interesting at the end, though, but thankfully, this series did. As I continued to watch, I was really intrigued by the way the character of the devil hilariously killed her victims. At a point, I seriously stopped to laugh as she was killing her victims. In essence, the main characters had sold their souls to the devil, agreeing that their entire family would die right before they did, regardless of their age. This concept was intense, and it delivered a valuable lesson that money isn't everything. Family is precious. Despite the slow start, the fall of the House of Usher had good moments, especially in the latter episodes. So the question at this point is, would I recommend you watch The Fall of the House of Usher? My answer to that is simply, it depends. How much patience do you have? I wouldn't recommend the movie Reptile because it's just way too slow and ends in confusion. But as for The Fall of the House of Usher, the beginning is slow, but towards the end of the series it speeds up a bit. And once you get to the conclusion, the message is pretty clear. If the ending left you scratching your head, no worries. You can dive into our video titled, The Fall of the House of Usher Ending Explained. It'll break down what went down in the final moments. But a quick heads up, that video might spill some spoiler beans as it deciphers the ending. So, if you don't want the surprise ruined, think twice before hitting play. But hey, if you're like me and love digging deep into the nitty-gritty of a story, that video is like gold. It's a real game changer for understanding all those mysterious twists and turns. Plus, it might clear up any lingering questions you have about the Usher saga. So to sum it up, if the ending left you feeling puzzled, The Fall of the House of Usher Ending Explained video is your go-to. Just be ready for potential spoilers, and get ready to uncover the secrets hidden within the Usher family's dark tale. Happy watching, and may your understanding of this spine-tingling story reach new heights. And now for our rating. Considering the slow early episodes, I'd give it a rating of 4.5 out of 10. If you plan to watch it, be prepared for patience and get ready to push through the slow parts, which is where this series falls short. Speeding up the initial episodes and providing more clarity could have made it a gripping experience. Ready for the next review? Simply click on the suggested video on your screen and I'll see you there.